Okay, so I just had a conversation while I was driving into work with one of the guys from the Speedtreater place, Equipment Zone, and I just wanted to record, so I had a record of what he said. So we talked about a bunch of things related to it. Apparently, starting off on the dial, 60% is less, 30% is more. And more people use the 30 to 40% in their pre-treatment than the 60% because it puts a lighter coating on. They don't have it. He isn't aware of how many people they've actually sold it to that use Anajet. So I'm not sure as far as the details go there. Most of the people they sell a package to of an Epson printer together with the with their Speedtreater. And so, as far as the specific pre-treatment material, he was unsure of the specifics for Anajet. But he had a lot of great advice, and and I apologize I didn't get his name. I'll have to get his name and add it. But he does the trade shows and things for where he goes and demonstrates the Speedtreater. But so some of the things that we talked about were that setting, the sensor that closes the door, that tells that the door is closed, and then quite a bit about cleaning and maintenance of the product. When cleaning it, flushing it, it's okay if it sits up to 2 or 3 days, but if it's going to sit 2 or 3 days or longer, you ought to actually fill the lines with water, and that'll help keep the lines clean. It's not necessary to flush the lines every single day, but you ought to flush them every week, and that would be, I guess, you put the spray head on, you have the tray in there to catch the spray, and then you jog the line and let the water circulate through the system as you kind of flush water through all the lines. And then I guess if you were to leave it overnight, you'd just leave the water overnight, and then you'd pull the in tube out so that it's not drawing in more water, and flush all the water when you're done. Kind of like how you load it with the pre-treatment solution. Apparently the nozzle you're supposed to only hand tighten. You should never use a wrench. If you use a wrench, then you could strip the nozzle or ruin the washer that's in there, and then spray could spray up, and then you have a few problems that can come of that with the extra dripping and things like that. The way that the spray works with the pre-treatment, you don't need a roller or a squeegee or anything like that to spread it out. It just does an even spray. But you should press the shirt. And we talked about the different ways of press. So like when I did it yesterday, I hovered it, but I didn't press it because I didn't have anything to put in between it. But he said there's not the Teflon sheets, because they're completely smooth, but they sell a product that's like a baker sheet type thing, and that you put that down and then press it, and it allows the moisture to escape as you're pressing it, so you don't have bubbles and leave pockets where it didn't dry completely. Said never hang dry it. You should press it, and also by pressing it, you press the fibers down, and then you get a better print. And I noticed when we printed yesterday, we had a couple of instances where you had a little knob or a little fiber sticking up that caused a problem with the printing, and that's something that we don't want to happen with our regular printing, and this could probably prevent that. We also talked about the different spray nozzles. The spray nozzles being that the 90 does a 90 degree spray, which is the widest, and I think 17 inches wide. And then there's the 85, 90, might have been 80, 85 that does it, or something 70 or something does a 12-inch wide. Then he said that they also sell a 6-inch, but he's never used it, I would like to get my hands on that because I do the infant and toddler size shirts, and oftentimes those fall into that smaller size. But I might have to actually contact them in order to get that. But that was a lot of what we talked about. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget any of it, so that as I continue to use that machine, I can use it most effectively. But it was a lot of great help. And so this was actually the callback from me contacting their tech support yesterday. They actually gave me a call back today. And he was a great help. He's used it a lot and was a great help. So I appreciate the callback, Equipment Zone. Thank you. I would love to have you subscribe to Digital T-Shirt Shop. We'll talk later.